decisions he's made as a COO. Unquestionably, the amount of unintelligent statements and decisions he's made outnumber the number of intelligent statements and decisions he's made as the COO, which is why I think something has been needed to be done for years. And obviously, Vince McMahon is back for a number of reasons: to stop Triple H from running WWE into the ground, and to obviously make Roman Reigns into a bigger name and more noticed by wrestling, by having him punch Vince McMahon in the face or attack Triple H whatever way they go about doing it. It's very effective, and it's far more effective than what Triple H is doing right now. Obviously, Triple H is the third wheel in all of this, with what's happening with Vince McMahon and Roman Reigns and the whole issue surrounding how Vince doesn't want Roman Reigns to be champion and setting up for Triple H versus Roman Reigns. But it will not be because of what Triple H does for Reigns in a match at WrestleMania. It will be for what Vince does for Roman Reigns and making this all possible, just as what Vince will do for Sting and Triple H if it comes to fruition in the fallout of WrestleMania 32, which is something that really needs to happen. Regardless of how it happens, I don't care at this point, but Sting really needs to get that career-defining moment in there for WWE, which is something we've been waiting on for forever. Ever since his arrival, it's very rarely that I give Michael Cole the benefit of the doubt for being a commentator on the headset for WWE, but one thing that Michael Cole said that was actually smart was that Sting is here, putting Sting is here in quotations, because Sting really needs to have that career-defining moment. When it comes to a career-defining moment in WWE, there are so many who could give the Sting. It's just a matter of figuring out what it's going to be. But I'm really excited to see what the future has in store for the Vigilante, which is a tagline they've associated with Sting, which I really appreciate. I think it's really cool. They're referring to Sting as a Vigilante for the first time ever, after having referred to him as so many names over the years. Without a doubt, he is the man to beat. He's what defines being a legend in professional wrestling. If you're not there to reach the status of a Sting, which is something that a lot of people probably are never going to do, if you're not there to reach the status of a Sting, then there's really no business of you being involved in the wrestling business. And that's something that Breaking Ground and Tough Enough, I think, really needs to reiterate. I mean, Sting really defines what being a legend in professional wrestling is really all about, which is why that career-defining moment couldn't happen soon enough for Sting. And I'm going to be really excited to see how all this plays out over the next, at least, I'd say, 4 to 6 months. It's going to be awesome, and especially going to be an awesome time for Sting fans. If there ever was a time to be a wrestling fan, despite how you may feel about the current direction of WWE being far lacklusterly creative than what it was a number of years ago, I think this is the time now to be a wrestling fan, because you have the debuts of Samoa Joe coming up, and you have Sting's career-defining moment still looming in the distance. It may seem like it's a long time away from happening, but we are going to be seeing that career-defining moment for Sting, and I couldn't be more excited as a Sting fan for years. Without a doubt, I've been a Sting fan and supporter for forever. I'm not going to change my opinion on Sting, no matter how many people feel about Sting, in the way of how he's been treated in WWE. So many people think that Sting, being treated unfairly is something that needs to be corrected. Some people think that Sting is getting just punished and deserves everything he's gotten. Really appreciate the diversity, but I think the number of fans who feel Sting has been treated unfairly outnumber significantly the number of fans who think that Sting is getting what he deserves. And I think this is just an issue that's been overshadowed for far too long and deserves to get to a point of finality and correction with a career-defining moment we're still waiting on to see for Sting. His future's in question, but I'll reiterate what I said here earlier. I don't think we've seen the last of Sting, and it's going to be a long time before Sting just disappears and goes away, because that career-defining moment is something that's inevitable and just really needs to happen for Sting, and it couldn't happen soon enough. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, and I will check in with you again next week. Stay safe, and I will talk to you really soon.
You're listening to HEW Entertainment Radio, home of radio show host and columnist Jonathan Clarke.
It's a shameful thing to lost your head, a careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of prize. Too many lies, too many lies. All these words are true, and I'll make you believe. Yeah, you fight for air and struggle just to breathe. And you wear your cowardice well, and
Don't go anywhere. HEW Entertainment Radio will return with the latest news, music, interviews, discussion, and Jonathan Clarke next.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content, weekly polls, live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniel's rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling to the Asylum in Nashville, and finally to the top of TNA. TNA Home Video presents Heaven Sent, Hell Bound, the best of Christopher Daniels. Available at most retailers and TNAWrestling.com.
Hey you right there, the one listening to this show. While you're tuning into this broadcast or when you read the news on WrestleZone.com, are you forming opinions of it all? Or do you just agree with everything you see and hear? If you actually have some sort of afterthought, which, by the way, is normal, we want to know what it is. There are thousands of wrestling fans just like you that simply can't hold their thoughts in either, and they let it all out in our interactive forums. You have a voice, so use it. Simply visit forums.WrestleZone.com. Don't just be active, be reactive in the official WrestleZone.com forums. For all the latest in mixed martial arts, be sure to visit WrestleZone's sister site, SureDog.com. Complete with daily news, exclusive video, interviews, live radio broadcast, interactive forums, and the very popular Fight Finder with bios and complete match-by-match histories of your favorite fighters. SureDog is the only place you need when it comes to mixed martial arts. Visit SureDog.com today.
Hi, my name's Adam Nudelman, but I play the Phantom on the radio. I'm here to remind you that, screw that, my book, Mysteries of Wrestling Solved, is available at finer bookstores everywhere. That stupid fake voice, I hate it. I wrote a book along with Sir Adam Kleinberg called Mysteries of Wrestling. It has the questions that you wanted answered. Why does Steve Austin hate Jeff Jarrett? Are referees really blind and stupid and dumb? Who is actually the toughest wrestler in the business outside of the ring? Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kamala. We get down and dirty with insider facts you've never read about anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? It makes a great stocking stuffer. You're too short, you buy 3 of them, you get taller, you just stand on them. Mysteries of Wrestling Solved by ECW Press, written by Sir Adam Kleinberg and Adam the Phantom Nudelman. Available everywhere. It's done. The plug is done. I'm done. I didn't sell it well enough. There's naked pictures of China in there. Okay? Thank you.
Available now on DVD. John Triton is on the toughest, most important mission of his life.
They have a hostage. It's my wife.
And with everything on the line,
I gotta do something, and I gotta do it now.
nothing and no one can stop him.
See, I tried to kill this guy twice today.
Now, see the Marine in a whole new way with the unrated version. Get more edge-of-your-seat action, more mind-blowing explosions, more of the Marine. This unrated version features material too hot for theaters, plus special behind-the-scenes features. John Cena is the Marine. Only unrated version. Available now on DVD. Rated version also available.